Good morning. So this episode I will talk about what happened in Seveso, Italy. And let's get started. And don't feed chocolate to parrots. No. Okay, let's get to the endometriosis part of this world. So, all about the disaster. The location, Seveso, Italy. The date, July 10th, 1976. Time, 12:37 p.m. So you can see it's in the middle of the day. Probably most people, excuse me, like the housewives, they're probably at home making lunch. The kids are probably at school. Husband's probably at work. So what exactly happened? It was a chemical release accident. 6,000 tons of chemicals were aerially means by air, it was released. Similar, I know some people are like, no, this is not the same as the nuclear power meltdown, but let me give you the details. So, ground zero, people reported headaches, nausea, eye irritation, because they're breathing in this contaminated air. It's on their skin. They breathe it in. It goes into their stomach. So yeah, they got headaches, nausea, eye irritation, and then children were hospitalized with skin lesions. You could probably Google this. Yeah, you can see some of the what exactly those skin lesions look like. And other residents, the adults, they were treated for skin irritation. Others developed chloracne, so kind of like pimples, but this one's chemical exposure based. This is the part that's scary. There's the cattle, chickens. 1/4 of the animals immediately died. Residents in Zone B, so that's outside the ground zero, but right next to it, they were told to not eat locally grown produce. So even fruits and vegetables were affected. And poultry. They were medically evaluated. So the residents, pregnant women and children, were relocated. And Zone R is not at ground zero, not at Zone B, but a little bit farther away. They were told to not eat local food. Now they have done long-term studies on this. 14-year study looked at the long-term health effects. 1999 research. Thousands were exposed to dioxin. Many experienced chloracne. Others experienced peripheral neuropathy, so something wrong with their central nervous system, liver enzyme induction, so liver problems, and possible birth defects. There is excess mortality rate, so some people also passed away from cardiovascular, so heart and respiratory lung diseases, and they had an increased risk of cancer. So that's the 14-year study. The 2001 study, now they found dioxin is carcinogenic to humans, so which makes sense because increased risk of cancer. So dioxin is carcinogenic, increased risk of cancer, including breast cancer. Several years later, they did the 2008 study. They looked at maternal, pregnant women's exposure associated with neonatal thyroid function. So even the unborn babies have thyroid issues. Male children have lower sperm counts. There is also research looking into the rates of endometriosis among women who were exposed to the dioxins that are released from this axis. So it's not just the women are born with a set of mutated genes that increases the risk of developing the full-blown disease, but now this one also shows actually it's also the environment too. You got something changed in the environment. More women have endometriosis, so it's a combination of genes and environment. So please feel free to learn more about this disaster. So we can see you can't just say, oh, if you eat only healthy food, if you exercise, if you manage stress, you lose weight, you'll be healthy. But this study clearly shows, nope, actually the environment also has a factor. There's different types of resins that are used to make plastic products that also make people sick. So that'll be the next episode. We'll talk about the various types of resins found in plastic products. So yeah, it does concern me that there was so much hype. Hey, plastics make it possible. Plastics is great. You go to the hospital, so many plastic products, IV tubes, and then containers for hazardous waste, all plastic. But yeah, that doesn't mean that plastic is safe for us. Even not just for people with endometriosis, but also for the general population. So yeah, I'll talk about that in the next episode, and I shall see you next time. Questions, comments, constructive criticisms, let me know. See ya.